A priority numero uno. Let's go with getting ourselves Vertigo ready. No.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. About to kick off the first round here of our second map. You can see the odds heavily in favor of Evil Geniuses by Betway. 1.13, that's a very hefty amount towards them. You can see 4.75 for FaZe Clan. And to be fair, I think that should be about right, considering what we saw in the first map. And, well, if we had Evil Geniuses with the plan on Vertigo, well, we're seeing it now as they rush straight in towards that B site, get the initial pick on Durain, even leaving Breeze. Oh, man, that's unfortunate for Olafmeister, and that gives them a lot of extra control here on the map now.
They do still have a couple of players ready to try and defend off middle, but it's not going too well. Breeze again is going to be able to pick off another. Cold, okay, he's found two back. He seems to be very good at turning rounds back around, and Brocky's caught up another one. This round has fallen apart for EG. Oh, he almost catches the man trying to fade away with the bomb. That could have been round over. Instead, all of the footsteps will be heard. That's one of the main benefits the CT side have, is they can hear every single movement that comes in. A few spammy shots. Cold with his third of the round already, but he can't get the final one. Ethan's still standing a bit of a poor first map, but he hits the dink straight away onto Brocky. I don't know if he saw him cross, though. Bomb is going to be planted. I think Brocky thought that was a bit more of a bait, and now it just comes down to who can hit the shot first.
Obviously, both players not knowing where they're going to be. The smoke kind of come in. Time left on the clock. And he also has a kit, more importantly, so you can play around this clock a lot more than maybe Ethan will be expecting. Spam through the smoke. Doesn't really land too much. Broken 11 HP. He's going to actually push the smoke, trying to actually spot out where Ethan is, try to take him. Emperor has a chance to contest this one. The smoke's faded, and he gets him through the wall. And that's going to be the start. Oh, off to a rocky start initially, but the closeout well done.
Yeah, those are the sort of plays that can just happen with this FaZe roster. 3K coming in from Cold Zero, which turned around that was ultimately dead. They should never have been able to get back into that one. A massive 3K out from him. But Ethan just played that incredibly smart. Used the map to his advantage, realized exactly where he planted the bomb, and knew that there was no way his opponent would still be standing. And yeah, just ultimately mind-gamed the youngster. So off to a good start in the end, and we are still going to see an investment back in Nico trying to challenge towards that ramp. It's one of the tougher positions to fight. As mentioned earlier, you see the differences between, for example, Renegades and Avantgarde. Renegades sending 3 players to fight the ramp a lot of the time. Avantgarde just sending Jane. So it can definitely work out differently for different teams as well. So I'll be interested to see how FaZe are going to attempt this, especially if they may not be as well prepared as their opponents.
Well, the one upside for FaZe is that they can try to force out these close quarter combat situations, using their utility to use these pistols to their best ability. But I do like how EG are looking for maybe some long angles here. They had ramp to potentially go. Maybe gonna switch things back up and hit over towards this B site. Depends on the angle they want to go about. But you gotta respect that FaZe Clan has been really delaying the usage of their utility. I mean, they still have quite a few smokes, quite a few flashbangs left. There's stuff, I still feel like a really good chance that FaZe Clan could still take this round.
Yeah, I think EG were definitely expecting a little bit more aggression. And because there hasn't been any, they're going to have to slowly take map control right towards the end. The push comes back through, and they're slowly cleaning things up. This is exactly what they did in the last round of the previous map. They just wiped the site in a matter of seconds, each duel being won. And well, finally Nico puts one of them to the dirt, but it's only a MAC 10 gained. Maybe something to bring into the next round, a chance to make some finances. And Breeze, he really has been kicking it since that second half of the last map. Absolutely owning his opponents. And while Nico with a Deeg, not many more players you'd want to see with this weapon than him, but a bit of an impossible scenario.
Yeah, impossible, you're going to see there. I do like how they kind of collapsed, as you mentioned before, like the explosive take onto the site. They just all wiped the floor with them instantly. They all died within seconds of each other. So they knew what angles to hold. They didn't get challenged in the positions that maybe FaZe Clan could have to stop that from happening in such quick succession. but that was just a systematic take of the B side for them.
It seems like everybody knows exactly where they need to be looking at the exact right time.
Yeah.
Which, that's one of the things we sort of questioned going into this map. Like, how prepared are they going to be? How much have they been scrimming at? How much have they got saved up? That was methodical. Like, as there was like 20 seconds left, they kill everybody in like 3 seconds. Like, all within moments of each other. Now, Ethan, well, if he gets away with this, I'll be a little bit surprised, but he's got so much support that actually it's not a worry at all. His teammates rotate in very quickly, and it's a flawless round coming in for EG. Nice work from them. Early money built up as well. And I think for them, the big thing here is they've started out on that T side, which in the last map, like we spoke about Nuka's like, oh yeah, they shouldn't be able to like turn this around. They were losing like 9-2 at one point. Their T side was fantastic. Like as it was said on the desk, it's the difference between a team that's sort of throwing this map in and trying to do something as a bit more of a mix, and then a team that's clearly ready, practiced, and methodical on this map. And well, we'll see if they're going to have the same level on this map. Obviously one that we haven't really seen too much from them before. At the same time, this is the first come round, so we can give a little bit of a break over to FaZe, at least for the early rounds.
Look at this, Nico on the op. So we've had coldzera, we've had Olafmeister, having Nico now do it. Which actually, I like that idea of having like maybe some specialties on certain maps, or again, if someone's not feeling the op in that match, you can just switch it up. But we'll see, UG still playing without a sniper. But again, they're using so much of the clock just to get in position so they can force those executes, so they can do the systematic teardown of the defenses on the side. And we're going to need to see FaZe Clan have a decent chance here. They need to put up a good fight to really show us they can stop this aggression, this explosiveness that Evil Geniuses is being able to use on the B side. And with Rain already getting the first, that might be exactly what they need. Nade comes through, connects on to 3 players, does some decent damage. They've been able to get in towards the actual B site. The problem is they've lost out on too many different players. The bomb going to be having a hard time of actually getting down anytime soon, considering it's going to be a 1-on-5 for Breeze. And FaZe Clan, they just gave up control of the B site and then basically just played from long range. Breeze gets to spray down into 2. Don't tell me he can get more than this. He's going to have all players ahead of him. Spots out the shoulder, gets a 3rd. They keep challenging. 15 seconds left to go. He gets a 4th. God. What is going on? He's going to get the bomb as well. He should be able to get the plant off. You're now in a 1v1 up against Nico, who has AWP.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know where he is.
He misses the shot. Nico misses. Breeze can't connect. Nico saves the round. Breeze could have had the ace and the clutch, but Nico says no.
That would have been the most ridiculous play I think I've ever seen. Like, ever. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous. And you can see how many players were around that angle that even Breeze just went, there's not 5 there.
Yeah, right?
Like, there can't be 5. Like, 4, okay, that's ridiculous, but 5? Surely not. And then he's looking completely the wrong way. Still almost gets the kill. That doesn't make any sense. And, well, even though FaZe won that round, you're still going to sit there with EG going, well, yeah, they should have got away with at least 4 alive. Minimum of 3. He gets it down to 1, and he had 12 HP for the majority of it as well. Nico, you could see that he was sweating there.
Yeah. And he should be. I mean, the first shot, he wasn't even looking at him. Like, Breeze was just not paying attention to that direction. He still closes it out, but it's still an expensive round for them, losing 4 players. And Evil Genius has still got the bomb done nonetheless. Again, we've seen Rain try to get aggressive, MP9 this time, but he's been consistently flashed out. So they've been able to read into his aggression and prevent it.
This is an angle that a lot of players have been using. A little bit of a peek through the sandbags, but oh, that's a nice kill. Zerk picks off one, and
his op's been, I think, really impressive so far in the series. He's been so consistent in his shots. Especially thinking back to Nukin towards Squeaky Door, whether it was the T or the CT side, he was hitting him.
Yeah, it was mentioned he's definitely being utilized a lot more under Stan's plan. Oh, I'm trying to find out information, but EG, they're just slowly taking map control once again. They've spotted out Rain, who is actually going to give his position up quite early, just try and fall back to the site. He has support from Olaf, who a fairly simplistic kill for him onto Stan. Once again, 30 seconds left. They leave the clock low before they start to make these takes. They've still got Ethan on the other side of the map. He doesn't even look like he's part of this take, and they have 20 seconds. They're going to go running back. It's all been an elaborate ruse. This is such a late fake to try and throw in. There is only one defender, but the remainder of the CT side are making their way through. And that one defender is coldzera. He's ready and waiting. Picks off one. Here's the bomb. He's already going to clear out the second. And now it's left all onto Cirque. Surely there's nothing he can do. Cold with the hold. And it's left with basically no time. That was the problem. They sort of overplayed it a little bit, it seems.
By the way, he did actually hit that shot on the Olafmeister, so he missed coldzera, but he hit the guy behind him. But yeah, I mean, we compare this round to the prior rounds. EVOGeniuses, this is the first time they didn't have all 5 players left alive to actually execute on towards the site, and then they had to make that mid-round call, changing things up. They eventually rotated back towards the A site, but coldzera in the perfect position pulls off the round and saves it for him and takes him up to 2. But EG's still able to buy, and I still think they're in the driver's seat considering, well, if they keep all 5 players left alive and get the execute they want, I don't know if FaZe Clan's going to be able to hold on to it. The one time they did, it came down to a 1v5, and they lost 4 players. So imagine if they had more left alive than that.
Now, once again, we're going to see a bit of a battle early on. Cold just looking to get aggressive here. He's got to be careful. He does make the spot, but is now stuck onto the sandbags. He's got a smoke in hand. He knows that Molotov is going to come in that direction if they do look to take the ramp. And in the meantime, still seeing a little bit of aggression out in towards middle as well. A fairly heavy hold actually coming in. Olaf peeking over the top. The boost not really been utilized so far. He gets one, but he doesn't know there's a player just below him. Luckily, he has support from his young friend to catch out Stan. Now it seems like FaZe are starting to gain a little bit of confidence. However, I'm sure that's not going to help anything out with Cirque picking off one. And actually, Breeze gets another, so they've let things slip once more.
Problem is, the bomb's currently down. Cirque's really got Nico's number, it seems, so far on Vertigo, by the way. The 2 rounds back-to-back is able to kill his adversary. The man that we've been talking about lately, coldzera, is actually still alive on that A site. 30 seconds left to go, and EG are going to have to pick up the pace, recover this bomb here in a few seconds. 2 versus 3, this is not going to be easy. And Cirque's going to have to come alive here to help facilitate this bomb plant.
Yeah, again, it's all the information available. And in the end, Brocky cleans things up without too much trouble at all. 3-3, FaZe kind of equalized things, and now actually the money's not there for EG anymore. Again, it's been off the back of some decent individual plays. We've had some sort of more aggressive pushes and some fights taken, but every round seems to be up for grabs. That's the thing that worries me a little bit for FaZe. It's like they'll get a 2-man advantage, it'll slip back again. And we've seen that a couple of times where, well, even the 1v5, it almost slips away from them. It definitely seems like they don't quite have that team play, that synergy yet to like hold on to a lot of these advantages, and eventually one of them's going to cost.
Well, Rain's going to have a moment to shine here. He's got all 5 players pushing up to him. There's the back of the Brokey. This is just a shooting gallery for the CT side of FaZe Clan. Stennis saw the last alive against 4. Can't really expect him to get much done. And there you go. Nico does finally, I think, get his first kill with AWP so far in this match. But yeah, I mean, I feel like even seeing EG with like 1-2 players left alive, I still like get the feeling deep down inside they're like, yeah, they can still win the round. I feel like FaZe kind of been struggling to close out the rounds cleanly. And there's been a lot of mistakes. Or not necessarily mistakes. EVOGeniuses have just really read into the way FaZe kind of are defending, that they've been able to take advantage. Just sometimes they don't have the amount of players alive that they need to just get that collapse and get all 3 kills within, you know, a few seconds.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me for EG is if we start seeing some confidence gained from FaZe. Like, if they're able to start fighting a little bit more for map control. Like, we've seen a little bit from Rain peeking over onto those, even the stairs. Yeah. Like, he's had a little bit of a look and then gone, nah, I'm just going to run back again. And the same on ramp as well. Like, initially we had maybe Nico taking a peek, and then he lost that duel a couple of times, and now he stopped fighting that. So there's still a lot of opportunities at the moment for EG. Sure, they doubled down in middle, which I definitely like, but I still worry that if there's just a direct take onto one of these sites, that's where they'll struggle a little bit more.
Oh, there you go again. Rain trying to get free control of the stairs, but it's going to be a 2-for-2 trade over towards the A site. 1-2-for-1 technically. Ethan just basically opens up the entire site by himself. Wolfmeister was there to help defend with Rain, but smokes down, Molotovs as well. Don't really have an opportunity to stop this bomb from going down. And I wait to see the coordination between Rain and Olafmeister to pull off a retake here. Though with time taken away, we'll even get the bomb down. Luckily, smoke will last just long enough. And Rain and Olafmeister coming from the same direction. I don't know how Stanislav does not die there. Somehow gets away, so they have all three players left alive on the ramp. The Nade gonna come through, do a sliver of damage, but not enough to really finish anyone off. FaZe Clan with time running out, have to pick up the pace. Smoke goes down yet again. Will they try to stick the defuse through it? Molotov comes in, keeps him off the bomb. The time is taken away, and I feel like FaZe Clan should just run away at this point. They get one kill, yes, but Evil Geniuses, without even contesting the actual bomb, are able to hold them off with just one Molotov.
Even still, they lose a player at the end, though, so it's a costly round for EG, and a couple of players survive for FaZe at the same time. A lot of that's off the back of Ethan, though. Like, some big opening kills over onto the ramp, and pretty much made it so that they had a pathway on towards the A side. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, they send one man on the other side of the map to basically sell a little bit of a fake and lurk, but ultimately they just went, okay, we're just going to battle ramp versus the players. This time also FaZe did gain a bit of confidence and got a little bit aggressive, and that's where EG have their number. Like, the synergy between the players is evidently better at this point in time because it's such a new roster for FaZe. And so if they just go for the more basic takes, they set themselves up nicely like we saw in the early rounds as well, I think that's where FaZe are really going to struggle.
Their mid-round calls have been relatively clean as well. Like, even though FaZe Clan do have 4 rounds, they've had to fight tooth and nail for most of those rounds, if not all of them. Again, you see a heavy presence out of all of my... Okay.
See ya. There's nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing. Even still, though, they've gone back to what looks like another A take. We'll see how any of these retake scenarios actually work out for FaZe Clan, if they are going to be prepared for them. Breeze as well doing a great job of selling this fake in towards middle. Already managing to get the trade, and now we start to see what looks like a few grenades being set up. There are still 2 players around this site, though. Like, it's not like FaZe have abandoned it. They've got Brockian towards the corner. coldzera still waiting, and well, actually, sorry, it's Nico. He's just going to be sat back, looking to try and catch them if they try to cross. 30 seconds on the clock, and this is pretty much a stack now for the CT side. They've guessed everything, and coldzera again with an important double, but Cirque finds his own. Keeps this round going. coldzera still hiding within the site in the corner. Yet to take a point of damage. They need to get this bomb down. They're going to do it in a place where he'd have to jump over the top to kill them. Rain rotating in as well. Now leaves it, well, just onto one man. Cirque to do it all, and coldzera. A quad kill for him. We've seen a few big plays from him throughout today, and that's another important one.
I mean, considering the man advantage was FaZe Clan's side, I think you should be pretty proud of EG to even get the bomb down. Considering they lost it, coldzera got to spray down to 2 players while they're trying to plant the first time. And if they're able to rescue with the final smoke that did come through, it's a little bit of money coming their way. Their economy is still going to be a little bit rough. 5,400 for Breeze. The lowest is 3,200 for Stanislav. Just not sure how heavily they're going to invest into this, but I can actually see them buying up now. So they will be going for it yet again. And to be fair, a lot of these rounds have been super close. Like, it's come down to the final 2, maybe 3 players for FaZe Clan to finally get that defuse to come through. Rain is consistently challenging towards stairs as well. I'm just waiting to see him get punished, though, at some point out of EG. Maybe that was going to be it right there as the smoke does come in. He's trying to back away. He will escape for now, but it seems like that's been the general strategy for FaZe Clan on the CT side, is just push up aggressively and try to get early information that make your rotates off that, or look for an individual play to come through.
Again, we're going to see a second player gambled into this site. The takes of B have definitely been good so far. Sure, there was the one slaughter, but Ethan again is going to be there to get that opening pick. 2 players still remain within this site. Cold trying to get a spot over the smoke. There's still a chance here, but they've done things a lot quicker with the bomb looking to go down. There shouldn't be much they can do about it. coldzera pushes right in and Breeze says, hello, goodbye. And in fact, even burns a third player. Again, this man on this B site with his multi-frags. Doesn't even need to get the ace this time for them to win out the round, and Ethan will close. It's been that deadly duo so far doing the majority of their heavy lifting, actually, for EG. Like, if you look at the other players, I think Tarek, I think he has 2 kills and Stan has 1. Like, it's only really been Ethan and Breeze doing anything.
I do like, though, that FaZe Clan have been using their incendiary grenades to actually delay the plant.
Yeah.
So they found like the holes in where the smokes are not blocking, so they can try to delay the plant a little bit longer. The problem is they still get the bomb down either way, and then they don't have the incendiaries to actually dislodge them from defensive holds, from defensive positions later on. So I'm not sure if the investment there is worth it if they're not able to capitalize off of that. A little bit of a corner peek in the smoke. Breeze takes on Olafmeister. I don't know, do you have any thoughts on that? About the incendiary grenades being used to delay the plant, but then they don't really get any kills off the back of that. They just wait for another 10 seconds. I mean, the rotates do come through, which is kind of nice, but they don't really get any kills off that utility usage.
Well, the big problem I had about that round is their retake attempt seemed to be solely based off massive individual plays.
Like coldzera pushing the smoke?
What Cold tried to do there is like the ultimate like Stewie 2K YOLO through smoke, spray down like 3 people, and then you're like, see guys, I won the round. And it's like, that doesn't really work very often. And when we see it from his point of view there, it just looks silly. Like, it just looks silly what he attempted. And it is exactly for the reason you said. It's like, well, they didn't have anything left to force people out of position, so all you can really do is just try and push them, which, wow, that's not really an effective retake attempt. As said, it's probably something that will come with a little bit more time within this map. And it does seem, at least so far from what we've seen on the CT side, that they at least have certain players who like to play like decent positions. Like coldzera has been doing very well on that side of the map so far.
By the way, Breeze is 17-7, and it's only, 11 rounds in, 6-5 in their favor. I mean, he did have a 4K earlier on that was pulled off into an ace and a clutch, but he's been performing so well over the course of these 2 maps so far. And like I said, Tarek's on 2, Sinislaw on 3, Cirque on 7. This man's really stepped up, 154 ADR as well. And unfortunately, FaZe Clan going to be on the save here just with the USPs. Though they were kind of deadly on Nuke when we did see it on the outside play. I don't think it'd be as deadly here. How do you spray transfer like that?
Oh my god. Okay, it's an eco, but that's still filth. He's looking to try and set some sort of record for kills in the first half.
He's gotten 2 4Ks, and he's got an ace in the last map.
Yeah. Well, he's had some crazy multi kills already in this game, and well, I'm sure his team are going to be quite happy about that. The rest haven't actually had to do too much. I think Tarek, even there, is just like, come on, man, give me a few kills. Like, I'm trying to build my own confidence here. Like, I think you've got enough.
You can never have enough kills. Come on, Tom.
But here we go. This is where we should see a purchase up from FaZe Clan once again. Weaponry on this side. And we did see better T-sides from them. I do think that this map's going to be a bit tougher for them to try and break down. Like, there's so many avenues that EG will just be able to section off and take away from them, and that's where we have to see them react. And, well, there's actually a reaction in themselves from EG. Like, they challenged mid very early on. They kind of lost it. Like, FaZe did very well at doubling up in that portion. Now they've just been playing the sites. They go back to mid, and they take it away.
Well, we did kind of, I don't know, I'd necessarily say criticize is the right word for it, but on CT side of Nuke, remember they would get aggressive and it actually cost them a lot of rounds. It cost them their lives quite a few times. I wonder if it's going to be the same case, whether they're going to be aggressive on the CT side, and if they are they going to get punished as heavily as they were on Nuke? And I would say not likely that they're going to be punished as much, considering we're on Vertigo now, and this shouldn't be a map that FaZe Clan really has well prepared.
There we go. They're going to try and utilize all of that mid control they gathered. Nice work from Ethan to already clear out one. The boost over the top leaves it on to Brocky to try and defend. He's a bit sneaky. He's hiding, and he has caught a kill, but it's quickly traded. Tarek doesn't allow it to get out of hand, and once again, there's nothing they can really do to deny this bomb plant. 2 flashes and a couple of smokes as well. It seems like a round that FaZe just have to give up. I don't think you're getting back into this site. Even when you did have all of that extra utility, they failed. So I think they've got the right idea to just fall back and allow an 8th round.
Worrying times there. I think, what was that? Rain, he had the line onto Ethan. He was watching the boost up, and then Ethan still wins the trade in that fight. That's not a good sign.
Well, I think they found the weakness. I think that's what Stan has slowly been doing, is just working out where they can easily get into the site. Cold Zero has been pretty good at holding down A, so just don't go there anymore. They've just started just pressuring B in middle. Like, that's what they've done over the last few rounds. Even then, the A side takes haven't necessarily all gone wrong, but it's just the other side of the map seems like a problem. And if they take control of mid, it does leave Rain with basically too many angles to check.
And I think they've been punishing Rain quite heavily. Like, even his aggressive plays, we saw him peeking up towards the top of staircase. I think that was it Circa Breeze who just shot him to the corner of the smoke, kind of expecting him to be.
That was definitely Breeze.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
always been Breeze.
Rain's been trying to be aggressive, but then he gets punished for it, whether it's flashbangs or just dying outright. And then we've seen even Brokey try to, like, I don't know, he wasn't playing aggressive, but he was like sitting inside the smoke. He got 1 kill, then got traded. So they're not even playing like from long range, so they can get a kill and then fall back. They're basically committed to that B side. I feel like they even get smoked off, so they don't even have an exit or the potential for rotations to come through unless you're gonna run through a smoke on the CT side to get back into the site. It's been really tough times, and I feel like EG's been doing a good job of just sectioning off and punishing the defense at a FaZe clan.
Well, once again, change being made. Looks like it's going to be off the back of some aggression. In fact, on both sides of the map, they're looking to try and remove all map control away from this T side. However, here come the flashbangs through. Cold watching and waiting. They've got to be careful from the peek around the scaffolding, which may be coming in just a moment. He is slightly covered off, but there's the flashbang through. It's absolutely perfect. And now Ethan with both picks towards A. Once again, you have to question whether it's worth even fighting this, as they've lost all of those opening duels. And, well, Brocky, hey, he's managed to get, actually, so has Rain. If he wins this duel, there's a chance. But Tarek finally putting some numbers to his name. Leaves just the one B defender, and unfortunately, they're not going B.
I think Stanislaw has definitely taken it to like a whole nother level in energy. He's been able to help, like, penetrate either side, whether it's middle, B, A. Nothing's really been able to stop them on the CT side. Oh, Rain, he had a chance there against Stanislaw, but eventually closed it out, get his 4th on the board. 9-5 so far in the first half of Vertigo. And the Evil Geniuses are looking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that we saw changed a little bit, is that because of the way the timings work now and some of the positions on the map, we started to see a few more CT rounds actually being thrown up. So there's a bit of a worry that we're getting almost old-style Vertigo with EG just sort of dominating, especially once they really got rolling. It was the same as sort of the last map. Like, we saw some early plays coming in from FaZe Clan, and, well, this is the most aggressive we've seen them. They really are trying to take away this portion of the map.
Tarek just fell off the map. So that happened.
He fell for it. Suck still manages to get the trade, luckily, onto his own teammate's death. Obviously, you do get rewarded a little bit of money, but not that that really makes any difference. Can Suck
Sorry,
do anything more? They're actually getting a lot of map control once again. Brocky may be unaware. Yeah, he's actually going to literally jump in the game from being surprised how far forward they've managed to get. Stan is still here. We'll be looking to Molotov him off. The bomb seems like it might be rotating in his direction, but they haven't cleared the site whatsoever. There's still multiple players here. Middle control actually being fought for by Olov, and I think he's actually going hunting to see if he can actually find that bomb. The only problem is his opponent has snuck up the ladder behind him.
Stanislaw gets the first. Rotations are coming through. Cold Zero has been a nuisance at the A side, trying to Put his foot down towards B. He's been able to do that. Him and Olaf Meister. Ethan by himself against 3. Can't count him out just yet. 20 seconds left to go. Does not have the bomb. And he won't have a chance here as Evil Geniuses will take the 9-6 lead at the end of the first half. By the way, Rain was asking to Tarek if he saw him when he fell. And Tarek's like, no, because Rain obviously died right after because he was so aggressive. He was like, not at all, I didn't see. So it's kind of funny to see that happen. I wish, hopefully we're going to have a replay of that because I'd love to see how that did happen for Tarek. You love to see it. But you know what? We might as well see it here. As we're going to head to a break. When we come back, we'll be into our second half of our second map. Well, I know we're here in New York for the ESL One big tournament, but it feels like it should be Chicago because a breeze has blown through the server. This man has been putting his foot down, 21-10. Tomviz, he has been playing phenomenal. As you looked at, if you looked at Twitter all during a little break we had, even had like Magis asking like, what are his settings? Because he's been hitting so many great shots and performing so well.
Yeah, he's been fantastic throughout this. You're not happy with your ESL big one?
No, I was trying to talk about, Chicago's the windy city. Breeze. Yeah, it didn't pan out. This is why I should never commit to something like that unless I have it worked out in my head.
Write it down. Get your notepad out. To be fair, it is a big one. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But here we go. A little bit of a... Oh, that's disgusting. I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. That Ethan shot was gross, but there's been a couple of trades back, at least from Brocky, as they look to get aggressive on towards the site. He's, in fact, got a triple already. And now it is up to Stan, the man. He's going to be rotating, and Ethan is also here. Just checking to see if they've double backed in towards that mid position. The thing is, they haven't. They're going to be pushing straight in towards the site. Stan needs to get a minimum of 1 here if he's going to have any chance of his team winning this round. They're going to hear all the shots. They haven't actually checked this angle. This could be a big problem. He denies the plant, gets 1, a second as well for Stan. He gets all 3. What a fantastic hold of the site. Mistakes made for sure from FaZe, but hey, if they're going to hand him kills, he's going to take him.
3 big kills to start off the second half. He has to be so proud of that. And his trigger discipline as well. Not going for the first shot initially. And FaZe Clan have to be wondering what the hell just went on. No one clearing that position on the site. They had that round dead to rights. And then it messed up at the end. The very tail end of it when it all came down to Stanislaw.
Well, that's one of those classic rounds where you go like, you didn't check the site?
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was your job. No, that was you. That's all you, man. Mistakes were made. But hey, Olaf's managed to get a kill with the Glock. In fact, they've even put a little bit of a dink onto Stan as well. There's still potential for damage here. This is a round where they've invested absolutely nothing, so gonna opt to fall back here. Still an opportunity to get a bomb plant, or at least do a little bit more damage. And they've even picked up an extra smoke, so who knows? Maybe they can just get onto one of these sites.
I think Tarek had an opportunity, actually, to get quite a few kills. But a flashbang came through from a teammate and actually blinded him out. I think he was at the wrong angle, maybe he was communicated wrong where the flashbang was going to land. But FaZe Clan, they've been able to rescue an MP9. A couple of low HP targets on their team. Obviously making this expensive for the CT side to be a good start for them in this round. It's a good start for them in the second half.
I think it'd be important, really, because this is where like EG can get to a point where they only need to get like, what, 4 or 5 more rounds, and they've just closed out this map, closed out the series, and moved on into the upper bracket match, sort of what we expect. But Tarek in position, and yeah, that's more of what you expect from the MP9 versus unarmored players. Some easy kills, and ultimately it's not too much of a problem for Evil Geniuses to close that one out. We will now see a purchase coming in, however, and you have to bear in mind they had a lot of MP9s in this scenario, so there is a good opportunity here for FaZe to break back.
A lot of money built up for Tarek, though, on that one. A couple of upgrades coming through, but I think they're actually going to see still quite a few SMGs come out of their side. I think we have 3 MP9s currently in their hands up against the SG and the AKs. You can see again.
No surprise. No surprise about the odds from Betway. Yeah. Wow, that is just as bad as it gets, pretty much.
I think those odds are just skewed by Breeze's play in the first half, to be fair.
Yeah, but even then, look at the aggression they've just managed to pull off. They push all the way in towards the ramp. They catch off 2 players. Sure, one is traded back, but they've managed to pick up an AK-47 as well for Cirque. Like, this round has just got works. And now Tarek, well, we've already seen 1 mistake from this position. Rotation coming back in as well. It is only SMGs on this site, so it's not a done deal for EG, but they even have a 3rd player waiting around mid, so this could quite easily fall apart.
Upside is at least they're fighting in these close quarter positions. And SMGs can really rain down some pain. Look at the difference of executes, how slow it is for FaZe Clan. Oh my gosh, Nullifmeister just trying to turn to get in towards the site. Tarek is burning. Tarek's going to be burnt up to his death. And now, still going to be all on Brokey in a 1-on-2.
Oh,
does have the SG, but these dinks continually coming through is really frustrating to him. Oh my gosh.
What?
So they had 3 SMGs, by the way, 3 MP9s, had a FAMAS and an AUG, and they still won the round.
The thing that infuriates me most about that round is there's a Molotov from Olaf. He throws it into that back corner. Tarek runs out of the back corner and then kills him. And it's like, how was no one watching for that? Like, before you didn't clear that angle at all. This time you clear it, but don't actually look to see if there's anyone there. Like,
because Olaf was turned for the flashbang, right?
Yeah, it was just a mistake of timing.
Yeah.
But even still, it's like you've just handed Tarek a free kill and then allowed someone else to rotate in. That just happened to be Ethan. By that point, the round was done. So, yeah, definitely looking messy at the moment from FaZe. And as we mentioned, this is a map that we don't really expect them to be playing, but even still, that's just a mistake you can't afford to make in these sort of scenarios. And well, now it's back to just stat padding for EG. This is the chance to just really get some numbers on the board, boost your HLTV ranking, all of that good stuff. Rain's just been, I think that was a nade. I think he's been absolutely owned. He's down to 2 HP. Either that or he was dinked through something, which is also possible on this map. A lot of wall bangable positions. Obviously, from anybody wondering in the chat, Ethan is, of course, wall hacking. He does know that there's someone there. It's not just him knowing the positions. Fantastic game from so far, and he's got another chance here to really pad those stats even further. Even still, an extra bomb plant here for FaZe. Don't really expect anything else. You can see the patience of EG just waiting, and they're going to slowly just clear out these remaining players. Very easily done for them.
Yeah, you can't really hope for much more than that one for Rain. Evil Geniuses could be up to 13. I mean, at least the bomb did go down for FaZe Clan, so at least you have a good amount of money into this next round. Yeah, 6,300 on Brokey. I wonder if they're going to go for the op at all, actually. I mean, if we compare again, I was trying to talk this earlier on about the execution towards the B site. When Evil Geniuses hit it, they just hit it instantly, and they just decimated everyone there. We saw, 2 rounds ago when FaZe Clan went for it, it was very slow. They were like trying to figure out what Molotovs to throw where.
It was like lining up, trying to work it out.
Exactly. And then when they tried to go in, they had their backs turned for the flashbang. Well, Tarek was there waiting with the MP9. So, completely different style. I think we're obviously seeing that EG have practiced quite a bit on this map, and as we were saying before, just kind of testing out against like a puggy team that's not going to be fully there and fully practiced, to see if you can bust it out against teams of higher caliber. Cirque's continuing to actually hold this angle. He's going to have to back away. He eventually becomes overrun.
just waiting, switching angles every single second to make things more and more difficult for FaZe. And well, already was slowing them down just by the different positions. You could just see they're having to wait patiently just to respect Cirque, who has been an unbelievable force so far within this series. Sure, in the first half of this map, he basically could just take a little bit of a break because of how well Breeze and Ethan as well were playing. Oh, Ethan's already going to get another. That was through the wood as well. This is just going to be so painful for FaZe. Leaves it on to just Brocky and Olaf to try and do something here. 40 seconds on the clock. They at least still have control of the bomb. But there's already players looking to come around the flank. So many different angles being cleared by the CT side. They have all the information at this point. What can these players do, Jason?
I'll tell you what, we're going to find out in a few seconds. Bomb being faked out. 20 seconds left to go. Cirque's going to have a shot, and that's the bomb now down. Olaf Meister falls, and Brokey's alone by himself up against 5, and he's not going to be able to pull that off. And EG up to 14 now. I do want to point out really quickly for you, by the way, Ethan on 21 kills, and Breeze is on 21 kills. I think they have close to more kills than the entirety of FaZe Clan.
Yeah, in a dominant match, it's not really that surprising, though, is it? Like, sure, you had a couple of rounds coming out from Cold. I think Brocky had, like, a decent pistol round, at least when it started, before it slipped away with Stan. But there's not really been too many of those hero plays. And I think a lot of that does come down to the map. Like, if you're not particularly comfortable in a lot of your positions, if it's more of a whim or something you practiced a bit, like, you're not going to have those angles where you can just go, I know from this position I'll be able to get 3 kills. Like, you may not know where they pick. Like, take the last round, for example. They get peeked from multiple different angles from Cirque, and then you get wall banged by Ethan. Like, you just can't, you have to be prepared for a lot of these things, but a lot of the time you're not going to be. So, 14-6. We are going to see a purchase, at least for FaZe, but there's a few minor pieces missing. By the looks of it, they're just going to try and brute force it, just push straight in. It hasn't worked. They've lost 2 players within the first 15 seconds of the round. Okay, Olaf's managed to trade one back. Tarek maybe a little bit too aggressive, or just trying to get out of the corner.
I mean, to be fair, EG's doing exactly what FaZe Clan did with the push directly in towards stairs off the bat at B. It was Rain before, but Rain seemed to get punished a lot more than anyone on the side of EG has been.
They do have a deep smoke, though.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw that. And at the moment, well, they're just trading off the back of their initial kills. So that's all they really needed to do. Like, they can continue to push because they got 2 opening picks. But yeah, it's similar plays, but it just seems like theirs is more prepared.
It's more thought out.
Yeah, streamlined. That's the word I'll use. We got there in the end.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Even Ty's like, huh?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on there. But, oh well, 15th on the board. This is kind of what we expected in a sense, of course. We didn't really know what to expect from EG. Almost made the mistake, but I didn't. I corrected it in my mind before saying it. But
I never would have known you were struggling on that until you just mentioned it.
I know.
Just saying.
I'm an honest person.
Okay. Sometimes.
Yeah. You're looking great today, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It's a new haircut.
Same.
Well, that nade's going to do a whole lot of nothing. I thought it was going to do a lot more than that as they were rushing up the ramp. They do pump the brakes, though. But again, like, slow kind of take towards A. I mean, they're going to be looking for getting smokes down, but when Evil Geniuses did this, they already had smokes prepared and ready to go. They knew the angles they wanted to throw them out. They knew when they wanted to go. And EG's not giving them a chance to get a man advantage. They're not peeking anytime soon. They're not giving them a chance to get an angle. And they're just holding the positions they want to. So, if anything, yeah, FaZe Clan might get on the site, might get the bomb down, but EG's going to keep everyone left alive for the retake. And that's if FaZe Clan don't lose a player just executing.
Yeah, they're even going to throw out a little bit of counter utility just to allow for some space to be had. As you mentioned, there's been so many rotations already. They have players within the site. They're trying to deny this plant, just burn out all of that extra utility. Tarek does take a bit of a hit, but the same is there in response. And
oh, Olafmeister's burning. He got the bomb down, but down to 9 HP. Rain gets a kill onto Ethan, but eventually going to be traded out on. Tarek takes down Nico. And the retake in full effect. Time on their side. Weapons on their side. Man advantage on their side. Look at that again. The communication, throwing the flashbangs through. They push in. They get the kill on Cold Zero. Now Olafmeister's trying to defend. Broky's going to be there as well with the Galil. Well, he was there. And it's going to be all on Olaf now in a 1-on-4 as he gets the first kill. He's going to be rushed in from behind and finished off. And Evil Geniuses are going to pull off the 2-0 sweep up against FaZe Clan.
yeah, it definitely looked like far more of a contest on the previous map. Like, that looked well prepared by the EG guys. And for FaZe, I think it was just a surprise. Like, you can't really write too much about the future of this team based off what we've seen today. They've gone straight up against one of the best teams in the world currently, and they've pretty much faced off on a map that they never